Um, these characters are stupid, stupid, stupid! By Night's End, released in 2020 and is directed by Walter Whited, who is making his feature-length debut with this film. And this movie is starring Michelle Rose, Kurt Yu, and Michael Aaron Milligan. And this was a screener that I received from TRICOAST Worldwide, TRICOAST Entertainment. And this company was actually the very first company to ever send me a screener. So of course, whenever they send one to me, I'm always going to honor it. I've watched the trailer for this. It actually looked very interesting and very intriguing. After watching it, though, I realized that every single character in this story, in this plot, is dumb as shit. By Night's End follows a couple who wakes up in the night to a man searching for something in their home. After they are forced to kill him in self-defense, they decide to take 1 hour before calling the police to search for what they hope is a hidden fortune. But what they don't know, however, is that someone else is looking for the thing that's inside their home. And this guy has a tombstone hat and is all dressed in black because bad guy villain things. When the plot gets going and we get into our major conflict of the film, I start off by scratching my head, just going like, why would we do this? Why would you do that? And then as the film went along, by the time we get to the end, I'm not just scratching my head, I'm rubbing my temples because I have such a headache being so annoyed at the decisions these stupid characters make. And I want to make that point clear because I'm not faulting the actors for their performances. I think they actually do a pretty good job with what they're given. I actually like the cinematography of this film too. There's a lot of cool lighting. There's a cool little long tracking shot that we get starting in the back of the house, and then we make our way all through the side to where we go through the front door and we make our way back into the house. Really cool shot. Hell, there's some cool action shots in here too. But the essence, the plot, and the character development is dumb as shit. Michelle Rose plays an ex-Marine or an ex-soldier who had seen some shit over in Iraq or wherever she was stationed. And Kurt Yu plays her husband, Mark. They're definitely going through a rough patch. We see a bunch of pictures on the Christmas tree and on the refrigerator of this child who we never see in this film. Come to find out that this kid was killed, I believe, in a car accident. I can't remember the exact details of it, but it definitely reminded me of the Pulitzer Prize-winning play Rabbit Hole, which I guess if you're gonna rip off something, do it on a Pulitzer Prize-winning play, I guess. But they're working through the pain of that loss, trying to go about their lives as normal, trying to work on their relationship, trying to stay together, because in a situation like that, I would think it's actually very common that a divorce would happen. Just living with someone, being reminded of that constant pain, I definitely understand someone who would want a divorce after that. And you can also tell that things are not going well financially for this couple because they talk about it. So when this random guy shows up in their bedroom and Heather shoots him in the leg because she's a Marine and she's, has a pistol in the house, and he's saying no, just let me go. I'll pay you $10,000 if you let me go. Please, just let me go. Let me explain. And it looks like he's about to, pull out a gun himself, and then Heather has to pop a cap in his ass. And after she shoots him, I'm thinking, okay, self-defense. Someone broke into your house. This is understandable. Call the cops and work it out. But her husband, Mark, is like, well, he was going to pay us $10,000 to let him go. I mean, there's probably money in this house somewhere, right? Heather is there saying, we need to call the cops. We need to call this in. And Mark is saying, no, let's look through the house first, because maybe there's money here if that's what he was looking for. And from my recollection as a viewer, I do not recall the guy saying that there was money hidden in the house, or that he was looking for anything in particular that would equal a big cash reward. So why, after seeing someone get shot at the foot of your bed, are you like, hey, let's wait an hour and let's look through the house first and then we'll call? That is the dumbest setup to a plot that I have ever heard. You call the cops, you tell them your story, you give them your license to carry a firearm, you explain that everything was in self-defense, everything gets cleared out, probably that night or maybe the next day, you come home, and then you have all this time to look for whatever you think is in your house that is worth some money. Oh wait, let's wait an hour and look through the house, and then if we don't find it in an hour, then we'll call the cops. And hey, while we're doing that, I'm gonna move the body to the bathroom so that he doesn't bleed all over our floor. Oh god. And then of course after an hour they get some type of message. I forget exactly how it plays out, but this guy in black shows up and is like, hey, I just want to check inside your house for something that's in there. And the cops show up, and cops start being taken out by this gang of people who are looking for this thing. All could have been avoided, guys. But you're too stupid to do it the right way, to do it the lawful way. He asked for it. I'm focusing a lot on the plot because, in my opinion, when it comes to movies, when it comes to theater, when it comes to just novels, narrative in general, plot is the most important. We have to have plot, we have to have conflict, and if that is not believable enough, and if that is not developed and thought through enough, everything else, characters, special effects, music, cinematography, everything is affected if the story is not good. This story is not good. But I do enjoy the performances of Michelle Rose and Kurt Hugh. I think they have nice chemistry with each other. At points, particularly when we get to the dramatic breakdown scenes, I feel the emotion is a little forced. Again, though, I think that might be an issue to the writing or to the editing process. Maybe things were cut out and we're missing some nice little lead-ups to why they're breaking down. But overall, I think they give solid performances. Michael Aaron Milligan, he plays the bad cowboy-ish dude in black guy who is constantly talking on the walkie-talkie, and you can tell that he's just having way too much fun with that. He actually sounds a lot like Benedict Cumberbatch in Doctor Strange, just not as deep of a voice as him, but that kind of deliberate American accent it seemed to be what was coming through the radio, just in a higher pitch. I know everything about you. Yeah, I could try to keep the cops off, but not for too long, because they're going to start asking questions, and I just want what is owed to me. And then there's this big secret to, hey, I'm not going to tell you what I'm looking for. Just let me into the house and let me look for it. I'm to find out it's a drive with a bunch of pictures of a politician on there that I guess is compromising. And now that I say that out loud, why did this conflict even exist? Really? These pictures of this person are only on this drive? Really? Any professional photographer and any professional, like, PI or investigator, at least that I've heard of, always makes a backup of every picture that they take and every file that they work on. Would it only be on this drive? Really? So, like, this whole thing just doesn't make any sense at all. But we do get some really cool and really solid action shots when Heather starts taking out everyone because she's a badass Marine and she knows hand-to-hand combat, and when she's involved in some nice shootouts, we even get the diving to the side as you shoot shot. Classic action shot that actually looked really cool in this film, just again, with this whole plot that's surrounding everything. All of the good just kind of gets thrown out the window. Can I recommend this movie to anyone? No, not really. Not if you're, like, focused on plot as much as I am, because I couldn't get past just how stupid this whole situation is and how stupid these characters are. We get really nice performances from our three leads, we get some nice cinematography, really cool tracking shots here and there, but what good is a cake if all we have is just some nice frosting on it, but the actual cake itself is shit? You get shit, it's what you get! If I were you, I'd give it a pass and just forget I ever talked about this movie. I'm gonna give By Night's End 1.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
No, sir, I didn't like it.
Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part of my videos where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next, and we're actually going to be looking at another PayPal donation from Mr. and Mrs. Rusted Beetle, another film by the name of A Midwinter's Tale, movie I've never seen before. I believe it's either directed or it's starring Kenneth Branagh, and from the synopsis I think they sent me, it's about a theater troupe in a barn somewhere. I believe that's the synopsis that I read. I could be wrong, but never seen it before. Definitely excited to check it out. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, you can leave your recommendation below this video, or go to my Facebook page, my Instagram, or my Twitter. Leave your recommendation there. If I have access to it, I will watch, review it, and give you a shout on the channel. And if you really want me to do your recommendation as quickly as I possibly can, just like Mr. and Mrs. Rusted Beetle, what they did, you can make a PayPal donation on the main page of my YouTube channel. Any size donation will do. Just attach your movie with your donation, and when you make it, I will watch the film and I will get my review of it done as quickly as I possibly can for you. So guys, have you seen By Night's End? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you know the next time I'm releasing my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of A Midwinter's Tale. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.